Yes, indeed. It is American Thanksgiving, and to you and yours tuning in from south of the border, from Elisa and myself and the rest of us here at Woodbine, all the best. Hopefully you're having a great day. Now, I have found traditionally in some of my family gatherings that there comes to a point in the evening where I need a little bit of a break. And I think Woodbine, we're the lone thoroughbred track racing tonight for our American viewers once everybody wraps up in their respective time zones. I think, like around the pick 4 time, around the pick 5, you just might want to take a bit of a break and join us for some action.
Well, maybe that'll be halftime of the football game as well.
That too.
I would imagine, I think the tradition is football.
Yes.
Right? And for those of you here in Canada, happy Thursday, everybody.
Just Thursday. Yeah, it feels weird because obviously we have so much American media, and because of that, it does feel like, well, it's not a holiday here. It's just a regular old Thursday for us. Now, the story for today and what's going to be the story for the remainder of the week is going to be the forecast, because we have this polar vortex coming in. Like, where do these new terms come from?
No, there was something else. It was something else that came out yesterday that I'd never seen, and it was something like that happens in Newfoundland, and they were calling for it in Fort Erie.
Oh,
like
wow.
it was like almost like gale force winds.
Yes.
Did you see the pictures from Lake Erie? From the oh my gosh, the waves were tremendous yesterday. Now, I live not far from there, but far enough that it doesn't really affect me. But the wind yesterday out in my area, Niagara Falls, was pretty strong. They are calling for some squalls throughout the night. I think it's way worse the more north you go, but that's not far north to King City. A lot of our horse trainers live in King City, so just everybody who's driving tonight, drive safe.
Yeah, drive carefully. Let's take a look at what happened on our last program of racing here from Woodbine as we do a little bit of a recap for you and take a look at some of the highlights to come your way. As I look back at my notes, I can tell you a couple of things. First of all, we had, obviously, Emma Wilson back in the Stakes Winners Enclosure, which was great to see. And, we're going to go right to I thought we were doing a board. Pardon me.
No.
So we're going to duck, duck, duck. So let's take a look at this. Speaking of Emma Wilson, here she comes in her stakes victory here on the outside, and putting off the pace rally from this one.
So she was pretty hard at work with this horse right-handed, but then she was able to put that right-hand stick away and basically just really go on cruise control to the wire. The interview that you had with her, she said, like, the horse gave her all she had, and clearly they did. But nice to see that. For a small outfit, this is the Sue Leslie barn, but her conditioner, Yvette, has had 2 nice stakes wins this season, and for a small outfit, that's a really big year.
Yep, Friendly Ghost, and obviously this one with Duck, 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 and you look back at that race, and obviously, this horse got ignored a little bit. Went off at a big number, and there was a bit of a contentious pace battle up front. And, you and I, we always have a soft spot for when the smaller trainers have some success when it comes to against stakes competition. And I think for Sue, who is the owner of the horse, has to be very proud of the year that Yvette's had and the year that she's had personally with some of her horses as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hopefully, I would assume a lot of these horses getting put away now. Obviously, Duck, Duck, Duck likely went to the farm to enjoy a little bit of a break. We've been talking to a lot of trainers. A lot of these horses that you're seeing tonight, this will likely be their last starts of the year before they either head off to, sunny locations or the farm here in Ontario, where they're going to be covered up in blankets for the next few months. We also, just earlier on, got a little update on Jose Campos too, which we should probably pass along as well. He was injured, as many of you know, and if you don't know, it was Saturday coming out of the gate by a Huarte horse that kind of hit him and then hit him again and broke his tibia. We understand he had surgery. It was a good, clean break. And so as a result of that, he'll heal up very well. And he's heading home with his family to Mexico to enjoy some little TLC.
Yeah, will not be shoveling snow in the near future. And there was, look at a recap there. Favorites did very well in the program, but what helped out the average win payout was Dawala in the last at 26-1 for Steve
Duck, Duck, Duck.
And Duck, Duck, Duck at 36-1. And the day before, we had Pretty Lies at 16-1. We had Forrester's Exec at 28-1.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
You're going to get some stocking stuffers if you pick some numbers and pick some prices along the way. So that's a look at topic number 1, and that is our recap. Let's get to topic number 2 now, and this will focus in on race number 2 on the program, and this will start off the pick 5, pool guaranteed here today at 50. We should have a good pool with it being American Thanksgiving and with us being the only show in town. We're going to go 6.5 furlongs in here. I'm curious to find out where you went in here because I wonder if I'm getting sucked in. I'm going towards spell check, which is my best friend when I did my essays and everything like that. But the one for 17 does scare me.
You know what? I went with my buddy Nathan in this race, and Vidal, his son. You know, we got to cheer for the home team, and Mobula is where I went. This horse ran really well for 25 last start out at 7/8 of a mile, and if the race was 6.5, she's the winner. So the cutback here to 6.5, I think, helps her out here today, and I think you'll get a price on her. A lot of people are probably going to look at Spellcheck, who is in for the 25 tag for the second time. Same thing can be said for the 5, Sills Gamble, who's also in for $25,000 for the second time in a row. But I just thought, you know, I'll go with Nathan's horse in this spot and just see if the cutback helps to find this one into the winner's circle.
What I like is we have 4 different prognosticators in a field of 7 and 4 different picks on top. So that's a very wide open event in here. The thing that I kind of like about Spellcheck too is at this time of the year, whenever you get interim activity, I kind of like that.
Yeah, and it's a bullet move in 47, right? So that's always a good thing. Danny Hughes got this Bella Classique, and now he claimed this horse from Catherine Day Phillips when she was dropping the horse from maidens for, it went maiden special, maidens for 40, maidens for 25, and he's waited the 30 days to bring this filly back. Yeah, you're running out of time if you want to bring some of these horses back. I did notice over the card for the next few days, you're going to see some horses that are going back off of the claim, but they've waited more than the 30 days to bring them back.
So race number 2, we'll start off that wager of the pick 5 variety. Again, pool guaranteed here at $50,000. Lisa towards number 6, that being Mobila. Towards the number 3 Spellcheck for me. Combined, our horses are 2 for 31 going into that race. So we're not overly confident, I think it's safe to say, with our selections in there. Now, topic number 3 is going to focus in on race number 4, and I put scratches. I changed the topic on here because I think the complexion of the race has changed. Now, these horses, like, I know you like Misty Eyed, and you still like Misty Eyed coming up a little bit later on. But I think we lose a lot of pace components in this race, which could really help out Lois Lennon here.
It could, yeah, because Lois Lennon last start out just went straight to the front and kept on going and was claimed out of that race for $7,500 and is now here for 10. Now, what's important about this today? Well, the fact that our rider, Christoph Douglas, today carries a whip, and he probably should win 1 or 2, I think, over the next couple of days. He's getting a lot of opportunities on some really nice horses, including a horse like this who's moving up off of the claim. But I went to the 3, and I landed on the 3 as a result of my 1 horse being scratched. So this is Ondine Lady, claimed for $7,500, came back in the 10 starter for 5, and finished 2nd under Ryan Munger. And we don't see Ryan do a lot of work for Devin Gittins. But one thing we talked about a tremendous amount of time this year is just how many different riders ride for Devin. Like, you can't even really say he's got one in particular. Everybody seems to get a shot over in that outfit, and I just think Ondine Lady is a horse who has improved since moving into the Gittins outfit, and you know, you have to kind of watch, because this time of year you can get sucked into some of these horses that, like, say, you know, you might get sucked into a horse who's on a drop in a race like this, or a horse who, you know, like even Gizmo's BFF, who had so much good form early in the season and has really tailed off in that most recent start, and you go, well, can she bounce back and be that old Gizmo's BFF that we know of? Or the fact that Debbie Rhombus uses a rider that she never uses in Jalon Samuel is kind of interesting too.
The thing with Ondine Lady is Gittins went back and claimed the horse back off of
that's
not
always
great
a good thing.
form and got the horse back on track last
Means
time.
he's got the key.
He knows exactly what it takes there. Now I'm going to go towards Dynamic Strike, because I thought there was a lot of pace to chase in here. And I thought it would change my pick, and I'm like, whenever I do that, it comes back to bite me. So I'm just hoping that we get enough pace for the Dynamic Strike's going to be able to do some damage there in race 4. But obviously the complexion of that race has changed now dramatically with all the scratches. I think your horse was probably the key contender of those 3, that being Misty Eyed, but they were all 3 horses that potentially could have shown a little bit of speed in there.
Well, she's going to come back on the Saturday program and stretch out and go around 2 turns. She might just go straight to the front and keep on going. And that's actually a really big day, too, for Dale DeRusso and his outfit. He's got 3 horses in. 1 in each stake, plus Misty Eyed. If things go well, I don't want to jinx anything.
He could go 3 for 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, he looks super alive in all those races. Yeah, he does. And he's keeping the fillies separated. That's tough to do, but he's done a very good job of doing that there. So let's get to reaching now in here, and that is our next topic here in this spot. So reaching is going to focus in on race number 5. So what exactly are we reaching for in here?
Well, reach for the top.
That is right. And this Patrick Dixon barn had a big upset just the other day with Forster's Exec at 28-1. And you know what? She kind of reminds me a little bit of a Forster's Exec horse that likes to win races. And she had an unfortunate incident back on September the 18th, but man, ran a beauty last time out, losing to the aforementioned Forster's Exec.
Exactly. So doesn't she kind of stand out here thanks to that reference? And I'll show you the replay too. This is back on Halloween when she was in this optional 40 non-winners of 3. This is exactly the same class that she's in here today. She was going exactly the same distance, 5.5 furlongs. And she was in against her stablemate, Forster's Exec. Now she's near the back of the pack. Forster's Exec is the 3 horse in this spot. And this is the first time we've seen Deshaun Gaskin ride this horse. Now he rides quite a bit for Pat Dixon. And you're right. I mean, this is a horse who lost Rico Walcott, is the reason why Rico's off and has been off since that incident. Came back in the 15 non-3, didn't really fire, but that I can understand that. And then back here in this tougher spot, the optional 40, and she starts going with her stablemate, Forster's Exec on the outside here. It's going to be a Pat Dixon exactor, and the 4 horses in the mix as well, that being Enchanted Force, who's actually in this race here today for Willie Armada. But again, she almost gets the better of Forster's Exec, and I love Forster's Exec. Like, she's from that crazy family that does nothing but produce winners. Like, the only thing I'm a little concerned about is, does she regress? Because it was a winning race for her, but I'm going to stick with her. So I'll go 3 over the 1. That being YMCA, who's good in this spot as well.
Look at that, 4 different selections yet again from our prognosticators here today. Yep, I like the reclassification for YMCA in this spot. Wozniacki coming off of a nice victory and that most recent race as well. I thought that was Thunder, but just an airplane.
That's something that happened out in Fort Erie yesterday. It was called Thunder Snow.
Yes, I heard that. I heard about that. So that's race number 5 on the program, which does feature in this competition a horse by the name of Reach for the Top. And you know Robert, he only associates himself with winners. And Robert does have a picture with Reach for the Top. I'm not sure if the Robert Geller calendar is coming out again this year
I
or
hope
not.
so. I hope so.
But we do have a photo to pass along here in regards to Robert and Reach for the Top. So Deshaun Gaskin is going to ride in here, but it was Robert that gave this horse a bit of a pep talk.
I hope it was a pep talk before he got sick.
Well, look at that.
Oh, isn't that
Look
adorable?
at Reach for the Top looking for the camera. I love it.
Now, if you happen to be visiting Robert today, you know, no handshakes, no huggies, no kissies. He's
Just
still
say,
a little
"Hey."
germy. He's still a little germy.
He's fighting it.
But he's getting better. I know exactly what he's got. Those sinus infections, they can be a nightmare. I worked at and anybody who worked at the Royal Winter Fair comes home with what's called the Royal Flu after you've worked there for 10 days, and that's what I got, was a sinus infection that lasted for at least a month. And because I was working so close with Randy kept catching it, and then I kept catching it back again. Ugh, if you get, and I know there's some stuff going around right now. A lot of people have throats like razor blades.
That's true. Wide trip, never a good thing in horse racing, and that's the next topic that we'll take a look at in here. And we're going to focus in on race number 7 on the program, and we have a replay that we're going to fire up in regards to Sunnyvale. And oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like, this is kind of what we're going to get tonight. This, like, these squalls, because we are so close to the lake.
You want to know how old I am?
How old?
I used to have a simpatico email address.
Oh, did you?
Yes. And I think it was dial-up.
It was dial-up.
Yeah, I think it was dial-up.
Yep.
But tell us about this replay in regards to Sunnyvale, because all of a sudden, she's gone to the style where she's like, I'll come charging late. Just you guys go up there and do your thing.
Well, the problem was, though, last start out, she tried that, but she had a horse in front of her by the name of Black Goddess who jumped out of the starting gate like she was, you know, on fire and kept on going. Black Goddess won this race by as many as she wanted, but look at how far back Sunnyvale is, and then imagine that this horse is going to get to the 2nd spot and starts to reel in Black Goddess. I have never seen an effort like this from Black Goddess before, ever. You got a well-deserved night off that day, and I was on the FanDuel show saying, like, oh, I never saw Black Goddess coming at all. And look at this. She wins by as much as she wants, basically 7 lengths. But watch our horse reeling them in, Sunnyvale. I like these kind of horses. They're, in my mind, I call them like nail biters, you know, because they save it all to the last minute. But there was no way she was going to be able to catch Black Goddess, who ran the race of her life. And as a result, if it's a battle for second, she has it quite easy. So I went 6 over the 1 Simpatico. Now, they've waited 30 days on Simpatico as well. Claimed for 15, waited 30 days, and they're dropping this one in for $10,000. Could flash a little bit of early zip. I got zip like speed with a question mark on this one because I need speed to set things up for Sunnyvale. So I thought maybe Simpatico might go, maybe Tawawa. Well, we know Talawa is likely going to go. Talawa can go, but it's the staying that's the problem. So I thought, maybe we'll see a little bit up front with those two, and that should set things up for my 6 to come flying.
And this is not a recording. 4 different picks from 4 different handicappers tonight. That's great. That means on the program today, listen, Philip Banks was going to be
everybody's best
3 to 5, 2 to 5 today. Now that horse has been scratched. The complexion of that race has changed dramatically now. So we'll see what materializes with that one. Kind of bummed we're not going to be able to see that horse here tonight, but just hope everything's okay with Uncle Phil. Race number 7 will start off the late double. Let's get to race number 8 now, as the topic is the high 5, and we're almost at 200K here.
Wow,
bud.
wow.
It's starting to become like some serious coin in this race, and oh boy, did I struggle in here. I struggle as much as some of these horses have been struggling as of late. Now, Noemi has been scratched. Now we're down to a field of 7. I think Ron's best bet today is Hot Omelet, who's like a massive price at 20 to 1. So we'll see if
Josh
that one's
Robillard
able to get right to the front or not. But where did you go here in race number 8?
I got sucked into Stolen.
So did I. And we're totally
I don't feel.
I
feel bad putting it up there, really, because it's like, oh, how hard did you work to pick that horse? Because the horse is in for 5. But they claim the horse for 10. She was the favorite. She disappointed. She moves into a barn that is very, very good off of the claim. They've waited 30 days, and I mean, not only they're good off of the claim, but this is a move that they make a lot, right? They'll claim horses and then they'll bring them back for the lower price tag or the same price tag, and it works out. I don't know where Anthony Adamo's headed for the winter months, but I would imagine his owners want to go somewhere. I mean, they have quite a lot of horses just to throw them away on a farm for a bit. So I don't know if there's a plan for some of these icon horses or not, but I went to 6. I thought maybe Chris Douglas might, are we going to call him Chris or Christoph?
He prefers Christoph, I did ask.
Okay, so Christoph, I think he has a shot with this Kavala because she looked pretty good when she won that 5. Now that was a 5 non-winners, a 3 or non-winners of a race in a year, but you tell me who's really tough in this spot.
This is like, speaking of omelets, just put you're tossing everything in an omelet in this race.
Yeah,
you put a little pepper
right.
in here, you put some mushrooms, some hot sauce. Like, you've got everything going on in here for race number 8. Not a race that we see all that clearly by any means. And with it being a smaller field, the odds of the jackpot portion of the wager probably not going today is pretty high, but you might be able to get the consolation payout there in race number 8. But yeah, I feel like we're getting hooked into Stolen.
I know.
It's like those infomercials at 2 in the morning. You're like,
I'm going to buy that.
That seems like a good product.
I've done that a few times.
And then you have buyer's regret when it shows up in the mail.
This is what I got. I know. Once I bought pillows. I saw it. Yeah. I'm ashamed to say I bought them, but I bought them.
Yeah.
And what else? I know
you
I
did
bought
the nose
something.
Cleaner thing.
Did I?
That what you didn't do it there. You bought,
no,
but I see those advertised.
For my parents.
What about the Dr. Ho? Did you buy the Dr. Ho?
No, I never bought the Dr. Ho. I bought something. I got sucked into something that was. I know. It was like late at night on the Shopping Network. Yeah. And it was like a. This is ridiculous. Like a shower lotion. But it was supposed to be like 5-in-1 for soft. Her skin was so soft when it was done. I said, I'm going to buy that.
Wow. I'm not going to ask you how many beverages were consumed prior to you buying
it was probably 2 in the morning, and I was like, can't sleep. I need to buy that shower lotion.
Plays of the day. We're going to have some of these come in to buy some more stuff and stuffers off of late night TV.
How's your Christmas shopping going, by the way?
I am in very good shape.
I got yours the other day, just so you know.
Apparently, I'm not in as good shape as I thought because I have to buy for Elisa. I have no idea what to get you.
It's really easy. It's a gift card, for the L, the C, the B, and the O on it. That's pretty easy.
Piece of cake. All right, so one of your plays today is scratched. Your good reference. You spoke of that already.
Yep.
Talk to us about Mackenzie Girl.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That's Norm's horse.
Who is retiring.
Who is retiring. We can officially say it now because he has officially said it. Norm McKnight will retire at the end of this season. And he's had a pretty amazing career if you think about it. Like over 1,000 wins as a standardbred driver. And he trained standardbreds too. And then over 1,000 wins as a thoroughbred trainer. Like, tell me somebody who's done that.
The only thing he should do before he retires is be a jockey.
Or train a quarter horse.
He drove. Yeah, I do quarter horses. Yeah. Let's take a look at mine plays of the day. I have the scratch of Uncle Phil. Balls in your court. That's my key coming up. Not original even money right now. Speaking of Norm, that is Norm, isn't it? Or is that Devin?
Balls in your court.
Race one is Norm.
There you go. Look, we're both picking Norm horses.
Value play is Dynamic Strike coming up in race number 4, although the price is going to be killed on that one. And my best bet's going to come up in race number 7, and that is Simpatico. Tbred at simpatico.ca.
Was that what it was?
Probably something like that. Woodbine Tbred's pick was misty-eyed, got scratched, so they're taking the night off. Balls in your court, that's where Doug's going to go. And Ron.
This is game.
Now, you make fun of him all the time for being a chalky.
No, I don't. Just once in a while.
He is.
He's not today.
Opposite of that.
Wow, this is pretty impressive stuff. If this horse happens to win,
there you go.
You know, Ron's the man.
I like it. So coming up on the weekend, as our good friend Lisa mentioned, we've got 2 marquee races for the Canadian breds. We've got the Princess Elizabeth and the Coronation Futurity. And then coming up on the program on Sunday, it's not a stake race per se, but you got Stanley House, Paramount Prince, War Court.
Ron Sadler's horse is in there.
Really good.
It's a good field.
So looking forward to that. We're going to leave with our clocker horse, and this is, I like the obscure clocker horses, because sometimes they're prices. And this is Pawakwa, who has not really been on form really all that much. Was good early on this season, but looking at the form with this one, it's kind of been ho-hum as of late. But you do get a new rider here today, is Ryan Munger, who is an old rider, and was aboard for the maiden win. And the horse is 1 for 30 coming in. Listen, it's 6-1. You can talk me on anybody in that race. It is a 5,000 claimer. Race number 6 of Pawakwa is that one's.
But the rest of the card is actually pretty good.
I gotta come up with a good Christmas gift for you. I know you say the gift card, but I kind of feel that's a bit of a cop-out, so I'm gonna come up with something.
It was just by fluke. I had an idea, and I was out shopping on Monday, and lo and behold, it went, the sun shone
Was
on
it a
it.
toupee?
No.
No?
And
Okay.
it's not a chia pet.
Chia pet. Hair plugs. I'm going to Turkey, everybody! Race number 1 coming up in about 20 minutes from now. We'll get you all set for race number 1 as the horses have arrived inside the paddock area. Happy Thanksgiving to all our American fans from all